All right, I am back in Ontario. It's supposed to be spring, but it is freaking freezing. It's actually snowing a little bit right now. April 17th, still snowing. I just left northern Saskatchewan off grid for a few weeks where it was in the negative 30s. I just want some warm weather, please. Anyway, a lot has happened in the last 3 weeks, so let me fill you in. I've actually been off grid for the last few weeks, cooking at a camp for a group of drillers, a pilot, an engineer, and a geo. We quickly became a little family. These guys were awesome, and I got to do what I absolutely love to do every day. And I got to put meals on the table that were just full of love. You know, these guys are working long days. It was still in the negative 30s out there, so it's cold. They're away from home, and it gets hard. And sometimes a home-cooked meal can just make all the difference. So I was very happy to do that. I made friends with all the birds out there. They started to land on my head, on my feet. So the guys would joke around calling me Snow White. And I mean, it's pretty accurate. I was literally cooking for a group of drillers and had all the animals in the town coming around and hanging out. JJ would bring me firewood so I could keep cooking on the fire, which y'all know that is like the key to my happiness. So it was the second last day before we were supposed to leave. It was about 5 in the morning. I was cooking breakfast. Everybody was still sleeping. I heard a knock on the door, so I answered the door. This guy started accusing me of seeing me doing donuts the night before, doing 360s, and just tearing it up in the truck apparently, which, I mean, I promise you it was not me. I was fast asleep. This girl's got to get up at 4, okay? So that was not happening. Anyway, he then started to ask me if I could help him get unstuck because he got his truck stuck. Everyone was sleeping, so I said I'd go see if I could get someone up. So I went downstairs, heard someone in the shower. I told him just to wait, and he'd probably be up in a few minutes to help him. So I go back into the kitchen to start cooking. He's standing at the front door, and all I hear is, "So Paige, do you get scared easily?" Well, yeah, I damn sure am right now. What a weird, creepy thing to say. So I managed to convince him to leave until someone came upstairs. And it was about 10 minutes later, we heard a knock on the door. At this point, one of the drillers had come up, and he answers the door, and all I hear is, "Where's Paige? I want to talk to Paige." And the driller, just told him to get out of here. So it wasn't long after, and we heard that he then went and smashed into someone's truck. He broke into someone's house and smashed their window and beat them up. This guy was just going on a rampage. There's no police here, so, you're kind of on your own at this point. The guys wanted me alone in the house, so I had to follow them around for the day. So I got to check out some of the drill stuff, which was pretty cool. Anyway, the guys were supposed to fly out the next morning, which would leave me alone in the house for that night, which no one wanted to happen with this guy around, and there's no police around. So I hopped in the truck with 3 of the drillers, and we drove 17 hours to Saskatoon together. And 3 of those hours were on the Lake Athabasca ice road, which was actually closed because of the weather conditions. So it was a use at your risk situation, which, I mean, driving on an ice road, you can just imagine that. So anyway, the rest of it was on a logging road. We made it to Saskatoon in one day with only 1 flat tire. It was an awesome trip. I'm actually really glad it worked out that way because it was just an added part to the adventure and another story to tell and some more time spent with these guys because they were great. So I know I was supposed to stay out in the mountains for a while and do some camping and hiking, but I got some news from back home while I was there that some things were going on that I just needed to get back for. So here I am back in Ontario, just on time for turkey season to open in just over a week, trout season to open in just over a week. We've got leeks popping already. Fiddleheads will be here, morels, pheasantback mushrooms, oyster mushrooms. We've got so much coming. And actually, while I was away, there was a huge ice storm here, and I just got pictures sent to me yesterday of my cottage. There is a lot of damage. A lot of trees fell during that storm on the deck, on the property. So there's a big cleanup, and I'm just hoping it's not too badly damaged. So I'm gonna head up there and start that next week, and I'll start opening up the cottage. It might be a little hard for me to be there given some things that have happened in the last few months, but hey, that's life. So I'll be bringing you all along for that ride because life's messy, it's hard, and it's healing. So there's that. I'll also be posting a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to be starting my turkey tail mounts. I'll be showing y'all how to do that. I'm going to be finishing up a life-size coyote mount, so I'll be showing you that whole process. I'm going to be doing a ton of spring foraging and showing you how to use all the stuff that you forage. So there's going to be a lot of fireside cooking happening. Spring turkey season is just a week away. Trout season is almost here, so there's going to be a lot of fishing, a lot of bear bait prep, and I've got some really exciting news I'm going to be sharing with y'all very soon. I just can't quite yet. So stay posted. I am going to be posting so much more on here, so get ready. You know, it's going to be weird and wild, as always. Come with me and let the land feed your soul.